Robert Hardman sees Britain push the boat out for a state visit that is second to none. Donald Trump says it's one of highest honors of my life, as King Charles welcomes him to Windsor before Kate dazzles at state banquet. Princess Kate and Prince William beam at King and Queen's state banquet for the Trumps. Charles salutes the nation's remarkable bond in speech to 160 guests at Windsor, and reveals he almost married a presidential daughter. Windsor Castle last night served as the glittering backdrop for one of the biggest shows of royal power in decades. US President Donald Trump was feted with a regal banquet at the end of the first day of his unprecedented second state visit. While he and the king swapped speeches and sat at the center of the grand table, most eyes were on the trio of leading ladies. The Princess of Wales was a vision in a couture gown by British designer Philippa Lepley, over which she sported a full-length, hand-embroidered gold chantilly lace evening coat. She also wore earrings belonging to the late Queen and her favorite lover's knot tiara. Queen Camilla sported sapphire, from her tiara to the color of her embroidered Fiona Clare dress. Meanwhile, First Lady Melania Trump struck a note of modern style in an off-shoulder yellow dress with a clashing purple belt. As the king stood to give his speech, he toasted Britain's remarkable bond with the US. In a warm and witty speech, the monarch welcomed the Trumps to Windsor Castle, highlighting the two countries' unparalleled partnership. But it also struck a serious tone, as the 76-year-old monarch spoke of tyranny once again threatening Europe. Trump nodded along as Charles turned to the American leader and said, "We and our allies stand together in support of Ukraine, to deter aggression and secure peace." Charles said, "This unique and important occasion reflects the enduring bond between our two great nations, anchored by the deep friendship between our people. This relationship which, with good reason, we or our predecessors have long called special, has made us safer and stronger through the generations. Our people have fought and died together for the values we hold dear. We have celebrated together, mourned together and stood together in the best and worst of times." The king did not shy away from referring to the War of Independence, saying, "My 5 times great-grandfather, King George III, for his part, did not spare his words when he spoke of the revolutionary leaders. Today, however, we celebrate a relationship between our two countries that surely neither Washington nor King George III could have possibly imagined. The ocean may still divide us, but in so many other ways we are now the closest of kin." He also amusingly referred to how in the 1970s President Richard Nixon, who was said to be obsessed with the British royal family, tried to arrange a marriage between him and his daughter, Tricia. Had the media succeeded in the 1970s in their own attempt at deepening the special relationship, I might have been married off within the Nixon family, he joked. Highlighting cultural, scientific, defense, security, intelligence, military and environmental links between the UK and US, the king concluded by toasting our remarkable bond and shared commitment to independence and liberty. Trump opened his speech by saying, "This is truly one of the highest honors of my life." He drew laughter from the hall as he joked that he hoped he would be the only US president to have 2 state visits. He then praised the king for raising a remarkable son in Prince William, and how Charles knew the names of all of the guests, even those with bad names like XYZQ3. In a speech that appeared to slightly go off script, the president talked about the beauty of Britain and of the king. In particular, he praised his work with wounded veterans, which, he said, was like no one else. "This was the second state visit and that's the first and I hope it will be the last time," Trump said. "If you think about it, there's a lot of presidents and this is the second state visit and that's the first and maybe that's going to be the last time. I hope it is. But this is truly one of the highest honors of my life. Such respect for you and your country." For many decades, His Majesty the King has epitomized the fortitude, nobility and the spirit of the British monarchy and the British people. He's dedicated himself to preserving the glory and unique character of this kingdom. He also praised his environment and architectural work over the years, as well as work helping the poor and wounded veterans, like nobody else. He added, "I just wanted to say His Majesty has raised a remarkable son in His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales. Really amazing. I have gotten to know you and I think you are going to have unbelievable success in future. Melania and I are delighted to visit again with Prince William and to see Her Royal Highness Princess Catherine. So radiant and so healthy. So beautiful." Trump also praised the lion-hearted people of the UK. Turning back to his pre-written speech, he praised Britain's defense of freedom over the years, and of the cultural and economic legends it had produced. "Never been anything like it," he said. He went as far as to also praise the legacy of the British Empress, even in a country called America. And of the relationship between the two countries he added, "Special doesn't even begin to do it justice. We are like two notes in one chord, each beautiful but meant to be played together," he said. "The bond of kinship and identity between America and United Kingdom is priceless and eternal. It is irreplaceable and unbreakable. We are as a country are doing unbelievably well. We had a very sick country 1 year ago and today I believe we are the hottest country anywhere in the world and I believe we owe much of that to you and the footing you gave us when we started." The US President, 79, and First Lady Melania were joined by his daughter Tiffany Trump and her business executive husband, Michael Boulos. Tiffany also accompanied her father during the first state visit in 2019, which was then attended by all of his children. Trump beamed in a photo released ahead of the dinner as he stood alongside his wife Melania, King Charles and Queen Camilla, the Prince and Princess of Wales, the Duchess of Gloucester, and Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh, are among the royals. The MAGA leader was seated between his friend, King Charles III, and Kate. The Princess of Wales was a vision in a couture gown by British designer Philippa Lepley, over which she sported a full-length, hand-embroidered gold chantilly lace evening coat. She also wore earrings belonging to the late Queen and her favourite lover's knot tiara. Queen Camilla sported sapphire, from her tiara to the colour of her embroidered Fiona Clare dress. Meanwhile, Melania struck a note of modern style in an off-shoulder yellow dress with a clashing purple belt. Camilla wore a royal blue silk Marrakein embroidered dress by Fiona Clare, a sapphire and diamond tiara, and the King's Family Order. A wide range of medals were on display. William wore the Most Noble Order of the Garter sash with the Lesser George. He was also wearing his miniature medals, Order of the Bath and the Golden, Diamond and Platinum Jubilee and Coronation Medal, as well as chest orders of the Order of the Garter and Order of the Thistle and the neck order of the Order of the Bath. Kate was wearing the Royal Family Order of King Charles III, Royal Family Order of Elizabeth II, Grand Cross of the Royal Victorian Order and GCVO Star and Sash, while Camilla wore the King's Family Order. Technocrats among the delegation of U.S. executives included Apple CEO Tim Cook, and OpenAI's Sam Altman, who will be sat next to Tory leader Kemi Badenoch. Trump's team did not, apparently, make any special requests as regards to the menu, which came as surprise to some of the White House press pack, which featured Hampshire watercress panna cotta, organic Norfolk chicken ballotine and vanilla ice bomb with a Kentish raspberry sorbet interior. King Charles and Queen Camilla earlier personally inspected the banquet table in St. George's Hall. The royal couple surveyed the scenes shown in footage posted on the official monarchy's social media. Pink, purple and yellow blooms could be seen adorning the extravagant floral displays. The monarch and Camilla shook hands with household staff who were behind the meticulous planning and staging of the grand affair. And there were also several thoughtful touches, such as a vintage port from 1945. The closest year to the president's birth, there was no vintage when he was born in 1946. And a 1912 cognac, the year of his mother, Mary's birth. Music ranged from a James Bond medley to Elton John's Tiny Dancer and classical favourites, as well as Scottish dances in honour of the president's family origins. The banquet, which had been laid out in the Great Hall, was nothing short of spectacular. Staff had started putting the 42.32 metres, or 51.75 yard, long table together a week ago. As long as 2.7 marine ones laid end to end, one member of staff said proudly, in reference to the president's helicopter. It boasted 139 candles, 1.452 pieces of cutlery, all lovingly polished by hand, and seated 160 guests, each with 5 glasses by their setting. The last of the stunning seasonal flower displays picked from the local estate was set up just hours before they arrived. Trump earlier today visited St. George's Chapel, where he laid a wreath at the tomb of the late Queen Elizabeth II. The 45th and 47th president looked somber and spent 10 minutes in the tomb. He described the visit to the late Queen's resting place as a great honor.